Good morning, Drew. We're
Here we go
very
again.
excited about the 17 Slim.
Yeah, no one asked you to take out all of the battery and the cameras on the iPhone, okay? Couldn't you just make the Pro lighter?
We are working on a more premium aluminum alloy that should assist with the weight of the 17 Pro device.
Oh, really? Okay, so you're actually listening. Why don't you make the camera bump a little longer and more rectangular?
That's a great idea for our products, Drew. So we are going to be doing that.
You are? Wow, okay. Why don't you just put macOS on the iPad then?
Don't push it, Drew.
Okay, fine. Sorry, but yeah, hey, the Pro Max sounds kind of good now, Tim. I'm proud of you.
I don't need you to be proud of me. But thank you very much. We're off to work now.
Will this one actually come in product red?
I said I'm going back to work now, okay, with spatial computing.
But if the Pro is aluminum now and not some stupid metal like steel or titanium, you can make it really any color, right? You're not limited to just the more darker tones.
The Pros need serious colors.
The Pros want red! Damn, it's too far. Let's begin. So I was not expecting this early in the iPhone 17 leak cycle to get some actual good news. It's already being conflicted though. Of course, we're very early at the end of the day, so don't take anything as a confirmation. Don't believe any of those channels saying this is your exclusive first look. No one knows what the heck the iPhone 17 looks like, including Apple. Some people are convinced that everything is locked down a year in advance, to which I question camera control, because that didn't seem locked down when the phone came out. So actual mass production of the iPhone doesn't really start until around May of next year. That's why there's a lot of things that could change before production officially begins. But the latest report came from The Information, who says that Apple is potentially weighing the option of moving away from titanium on the Pro iPhones. This got me particularly excited because if you watch my videos for a while, you know that I've always thought aluminum was the superior material for our phone's chassis and exteriors. It's a lighter weight than titanium because it's less dense, and because of that lower density, it's actually a better thermal conductor. I have no clue if that's true because I'm not an engineer, but it sounds right, and it is objectively true that we found in testing that aluminum can dissipate heat a lot better than titanium can. So yeah, I hate to break it to you, if you're a huge fan of the Pro iPhone models, literally the only reason Apple has used steel and titanium is because they like flexing that it's a higher quality metal. But does it make the iPhone more durable? No, not really. Does it help with the performance? Actually, no, that makes it worse. So the Pro iPhones can really only get lighter and have better thermals by switching to aluminum, which is why I'm all in favor of it. And then they took it a little bit further with this report, saying that Apple's at least experimenting by moving to part of the back glass being aluminum. So I guess not glass at all, but instead having a mixture so that just enough of it is glass so that it can wirelessly charge. They're not getting rid of MagSafe. They make far too much money off those accessories and they just make way too much sense, but a lot of concept artists out there took this as an opportunity to, oh, we're gonna have seams on the back, so we gotta have lines that are in the imprint for MagSafe or for the MagSafe battery pack or wallet or whatever. We need to have these lines on the back so you can see this part is glass and this part is aluminum. I think people are underestimating Apple's material science team, and from what I've seen on Pixel phones and other Android phones in the past, you can definitely have a singular seamless layer on the back that kind of blurs together the aluminum and glass. Maybe it's a layer of plastic. Of course, the Apple marketing team would never call it that. They would call it Ceramic Shield 3 or some brilliant composite compound that no one else in the industry can come up with, and that would cover up all the seams. But in case you're wondering, why does Apple want to get rid of glass on the back? Well, of course, you can't remove it entirely for wireless charging and everything to keep working, but if you can reduce the amount of it, that also can substantially lower the weight. That's part of the reason the latest iPhones from, you know, the past 6-7 years have gotten so heavy, is because not only are they using fancier materials like titanium and steel, which aren't helping, but that glass back does add a lot of weight. If you pick up any iPhone from 2016 or earlier that doesn't have a glass back, you will immediately notice, holy crap, aluminum can get super lightweight. Just pick up an iPhone 7, or better yet, an iPhone 6, the current record holder for thinnest iPhone that sounds like might finally be beaten with the iPhone 17 Slim next year. I still don't get that phone. It's like Apple is directly catering towards the jerry-rig everything market, but if the top and bottom of the iPhone used aluminum that would help with the thermals, that would lower the weight, and just use enough glass for that wireless charging accessories to keep working. There actually is a lot of practical advantages to that, and I was very happy to read that report. I hope it ends up happening, even though more recent reports are saying that Apple might keep titanium around. Apple, don't do it. Like, I'm sorry, titanium's even more expensive than steel, and it really does nothing on the iPhone other than give the marketing material something to flash on billboards. That's like all of the marketing techniques for the Pro iPhones recently. This one uses titanium, that's why you should buy it. I feel like that gets old after a while, right? They can't keep that going for 2 years or 3 years, right? Just use aluminum, it's fine. But then there's the rectangular camera bump report. Now, I get the feeling that Apple doesn't watch my videos that often, even though, yes, I've been saying Apple should copy the Pixel for years. Just to have a camera bump that eliminates the wobble would be tremendously useful, and in my opinion, change up the look, which hasn't been adjusted since the iPhone 11 days in 2019. I think it's about time the iPhone rear look a little bit different from before. I never was a fan of the stovetop camera bump design. You know, one of my best performing videos on this channel was me reacting to how bad it looked. And of course, the early leaks were not entirely accurate, but as we got closer to release, it did show that the leaks were at least somewhat correct with the layout of the cameras, not just being in a stoplight anymore, but with trying to keep the lenses equal distance from each other. Now, they're not. Sorry if that throws off your OCD, but yeah, the cameras on the back are not equal distant. It's just a look Apple has gone with, and I'm ready for something different, and there is an objectively better way to do a camera bump. So hearing that Apple wants to do a larger bump that's more rectangular gives me hope that they're actually listening and might genuinely copy the Pixel bump design. I mean, Apple's copying Google all the time now. Let's not act like all of their ideas are entirely original. Visual intelligence? Are you serious? This is just like Google Lens with more steps. So needless to say, I'm actually like pleasantly surprised with the reports we're getting for the iPhone 17 Pro. I know usually I'm pretty pessimistic this time of year with the leaks and rumors and say there's nothing really worth talking about. It's all kind of boring. And for a while there, I thought that the most interesting part of the iPhone 17 lineup was ProMotion coming to the entry-level iPhone. So it was no longer going to be a Pro feature. That wasn't very exciting to me, and I also still am convinced Apple will find a way to screw it up. Like, you can only activate 120 Hz when you're in game mode playing a game. That's when it goes up to 120 FPS, but for just scrolling and on the home screen and everything, it'll probably still stay at 60 Hz. Mark my words, Apple will find a way to add LTPO panels to the lower-end iPhones and still tick off the tech community, but finding out that there might actually be some decent redesigns on the Pro iPhones, yeah, gets me a little excited. I don't know, I'm kind of curious to see where this goes. Over the holidays, my mom was already complaining to me that she's annoyed with how big and heavy her iPhone is. She likes the big screen. I tried to encourage her to go with a smaller model, and, you know, with her eyesight and everything, she still prefers having a big 6.7-inch display, but she doesn't like the weight. So either she's going to be switching to a 15 Plus within the next couple years, or maybe she's going to be perfectly in the market for an iPhone 17 Slim, or whatever the heck Apple calls this thing, iPhone 17 Air. I don't know, but feel free to let me know your thoughts and predictions. What do you think is wrong? What do you think is believable? Down in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. This is your Apple Shape here, and I will see you all in the next one.